So my piece is called Blood Oath, and I am really, really thankful to these amazing actors for inspiring this piece. We've got Denise Locke playing Jeanette, and Brandon M. Weber playing Tony, and Tracy Rosten, which she's not up here yet.
I'm here.
There she is. Turn your video on, Tracy.
Okay.
Great. We've got her playing.
I didn't know we were next, and I have to put on clothing.
Please put clothing on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No kidding.
I'm here. Okay. Holy crap. All right. I was wearing pajamas. All right, I'm here.
Yay. All right. And we've got John Wynn reading stage directions. Tracy, you ready?
Yes, basically.
Here we go. Take it away. Have fun.
All right.
Blood Oath by Mary Lauren. The house lights dim, and we hear birds chirping. Faint laughter and general Central Park crowd noise in the background. We listen to these sounds separately and then together. It's as if they are creating a symphony of sorts. The sound all comes to a surprising halt as we hear one voice in the darkness.
Bye, bye, blackbird, where somebody waits for me. Sugar sweet, so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence.
The light starts to fade up. We see Dolly seated on a park bench. She's throwing birdseed on the ground in front of her. There are no birds to be seen. At first glance, you may think you are looking at a disheveled homeless lady, but as the lights get brighter and on closer inspection, she may just be an eccentric New York creative. Who can tell?
Tuppence a bag, rockin' robin, tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet, tweetly deet, go rockin' robin, 'cause we really gonna rock tonight. Bye bye, birdie, I'm gonna miss you so. Bye bye. Why am I even here?
She gathers her things and starts to storm off. Just as she goes, a very well-dressed woman power walks in. They almost run right into each other.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. There was traffic on Fifth Avenue, so I got out of the cab and I walked down the stairs to the subway in these heels. Then there was a 20-minute delay, so I walked back up the stairs and tried to catch the bus. After I waited for the bus for about 20 minutes, all the while keeping my eye on that man across the street who was screaming obscenities and slowly taking his belt off, I decided to walk. And you know what Fifth Avenue is like on Saturday at 2.
Well, I'm glad to see what? I am glad to see that your ability to make up long-winded excuses has not changed in 10 years. Wow, look at you.
Wow, look at you.
Well, 10 years is a long time.
Too long, Dolly. I'm sorry.
You know, really, you didn't need to do this.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you don't? There's no reason to bring up any of that.
Dolly, really, I would like to.
Well, seriously, I don't want to talk about it.
Let me apologize, damn it.
They stand in silence for a moment.
God, I missed you.
You are so frustrating. Listen, I'm sorry I cut you out of Tony's life. Everything got so complicated. And I was worried that if he knew that...
It's all right. You know, I understand. I'm sorry for being so pig-headed and selfish.
They both stand in silence again. Dolly motions for them to sit down.
You know, I didn't think you'd actually show up.
I promised you. We took a blood oath. I don't care how old we get, I will never break a blood oath.
Well, we have seen a lot of blood together. Do you remember the first time we swore on it?
Are you really asking me that? Of course I do.
Well, I'd like you to tell the story.
Fine. We were in the second grade. I had a crush on your older brother, and you promised not to tell him.
Well, that is the worst storytelling I've ever heard. I guess I'm going to have to do it. We were in the second grade.
That's the same way I started the story.
Shaw, we were in the second grade, and you were at my house. I came out of the bathroom, looked around, and you were nowhere to be seen. I looked everywhere. I almost gave up. And then I heard something crashing in Sean's room. I heard a little yelp. I ran inside, but there was no one there, which terrified me. You know how much I hate ghosts. Well, I was about to slowly creep out of that room when I heard another noise in the closet. I mustered up all my courage. I slowly opened the closet door. There you are, sitting on the floor in my brother's hat and sweatshirt, completely buried in his photos and underwear.
In my defense, I was an only child and I was curious about what a boy kept in their top drawer. I didn't think it was going to be so heavy and full of pictures of naked men.
I grabbed his pocket knife from the floor of the closet. I made you swear then and there never to tell about my brother.
And I made you swear never to tell your brother.
Yeah, I've still got the finger scar from that time, a big scar on my finger.
I'm really sorry I missed his funeral. With the circumstances, I wasn't sure if you wanted me there.
No, I sent you an invitation. I wanted you there.
More silence. Then we hear some loud salsa music playing in the distance. Both of the women soften.
This is really the best view of them.
It's hottest seat in the park.
Look how they move their hips. My hips never move like that.
Well, he gets it from me. Salsa's the way I got Robin's dad to notice me. Do you remember? I got hips that just don't quit.
Is that even a right expression? That doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
I haven't had time to sit and watch him dance in an embarrassingly long time.
Well, he's the best one out there. I made it my weekly outing. I come and try to feed the birds, but really all I care about is seeing him happy.
I'm sorry that I robbed you of seeing more.
Really? Please stop. I don't want to have a serious scene before we have to have a scene. I'm nervous enough as it is.
The salsa music fades, and we hear her voice say it's Tony's 21st birthday today. Then we hear an enthusiastically bad rendition of Happy Birthday. The ladies join in.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Happy
Tony.
birthday, dear Tony.
Happy
birthday to you.
Why do you always have to do the harmony? It makes me seem like an idiot.
Well, I've got a 4-year theater degree on top of having a moderately successful musical theater career. I am sure as heck going to show that off whenever I can.
Well, I went to law school for 7 years and you don't see me fighting my case everywhere I go.
Are you so sure about that?
It looks like they're finishing up.
You sure you want to do this?
Yes, it's time. I can't keep lying to him.
Okay.
A handsome kid of 21 comes rushing over. He is carrying a bundle of flowers and dressed in salsa dance attire.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, honey. Happy birthday.
It's odd to see you out of your natural habitat and in nature. I mean, how did you navigate the park in those hills?
Oh, honey, you know I could do anything in the heels.
Anything but move your hips.
Aunt Dolly, it is good to see you. I don't even remember how old I was the last time I saw you.
You were 13, and you certainly have changed in 10 years. You're so handsome. You look like...
What have you got here?
Oh, when you mentioned that I may get to see Aunt Dolly, a memory kept popping up in my head.
Of what?
Do you remember when the two of you used to bring me here? We would walk everywhere and I would get so tired, but my favorite part was walking through the Shakespeare Garden. You would point out all the plaques and tell me what play each quote was from. And I remember one sunny day, there were tons of daisies. You pointed them out, Aunt Dolly. You said they were your favorite, and then you got really quiet, but we sat down and you told me all about Hamlet. I remember you mentioned that when Ophelia went mad, she made herself a crown of daisies. And we sat there for a long time and discussed how there can be a real beauty in madness and death. I think that may be the last time I saw you.
Thank you for the daisies, Tony. They're lovely.
Dude, what am I doing talking about death? Sorry to bring down everything.
That's all right. Happy birthday. This is for you.
Dolly pulls out a card and a small present from her bag. Dolly looks nervously at Jeanette.
Wow, thank you. I didn't expect a present.
Tony, why don't you sit down and open it?
Geez, okay. Why are you two acting so weird?
Just open it.
Okay.
He starts to open the present before the card.
What are you doing opening the present before the card? Didn't your mother teach you anything?
Sorry.
He opens the card, reads it, and then looks slightly confused.
Dolly, I think you might have made a mistake on the card. You accidentally signed it Grandma.
The two women look at each other, not knowing what to say.
What's going on?
Open your present. It explains some more.
All right.
He unwraps the present, and it is a picture frame. He just stares at it for a while, not knowing what to say. Dottie sits down next to him.
Tony, that's your birth mom.
What?
That's your birth mother. Robin, she was my daughter.
Your daughter? But Mom, you told me you didn't know who my blood parents were.
I'm sorry, Tony.
I asked you not to tell her. We both thought it would be best for you to grow up without the burden of knowing.
Burden of knowing? What does that mean?
Your mother, Robin, she was an incredibly creative girl.
Was?
Yes, was. We lost her a long time ago.
Oh.
And Tony, she was very much like you. A beautiful dancer, had a wicked sense of humor, had big brown eyes. They looked just like yours.
Mom, I don't understand why you didn't tell me.
Tony, we lost Robin 21 years ago today.
Oh, did she die giving birth to me?
No.
Jeanette looks at Dolly, questioning if she should go on. Dolly nods.
Tony, Robin would get into these moods. It was as if the weight of the world was sometimes just too much for her. When she felt that way, her mind would take her into other worlds, worlds that were fantastical and made her feel safe. The night that she had you, everything was heavy. When Dolly and I arrived at the hospital, Robin and you were gone. We finally found you lying outside near the East River.
And where was Robin?
She was finally found a few days later, washed up on the shore.
I'm sorry that I didn't tell you sooner. I didn't know how to explain to a little boy.
I'm a little confused. Mom, you always told me I was adopted, and you always told me that Aunt Dolly wasn't really my aunt, but your best friend, and now Dolly is my grandmother? But why did you adopt me?
This is a lot for one day. Maybe we should tell you the rest some other
No,
time.
Mom, I want to know.
Are you sure you want the truth? It's not pretty.
He puts his hand over his face, then looks up.
Yes.
How do I even... As you know, I was married before I adopted you. He was not a great man.
No, he did have some good qualities. He was charming. He was quite funny. People flocked to him.
Was again. So is he?
Yes. He disappeared 21 years ago. And it wasn't until recently that your mother knew for sure he had passed away.
21 years ago? Seems like a lot happened that year.
A lot did. But the best thing that happened is that you were born.
I feel like there's still something you are not telling me.
Tony, your mother's husband is your father.
What? Isn't that how it normally works?
What she's trying to say is that my deceased husband is your real father.
But you just said that my blood mother is Dolly's daughter.
Correct.
I don't understand.
Well, your blood father was married to Jeanette. He had an affair with my daughter, Robin.
Tony starts to crumble from the weight of this information. He begins to shake and tries desperately to control it.
Tony, I'm sorry, just breathe. You see, I told you this would be too much.
Why are you blaming me? We made this decision together.
But we should have known. We know how he gets when he has too much stimulation, too much information.
Listen, he's not a kid anymore, Jeannie. He needs to know where he comes from.
Stop! Both of you, just stop. Stop talking about me like I'm not here. I just need some time. I need to get out of here. I need a moment alone to just to connect the dots, to connect my thoughts alone.
Tony begins to run off.
Tony, wait.
I have an idea. Let's play sardines like we used to when you would get upset. You go hide. Have some time to yourself. Then your mom and I'll start looking for you. We will find you like we always do. And then we can all be together safely in your hiding space, the three of us. Safely hidden away, Tony.
I'm not a kid anymore, Dolly. I'm going. Please, both of you, don't try to find me.
He exits.
Tony, wait. Please don't disappear.
Jeanette runs after him. Dolly stares after them for a while. She takes a big breath, sits down on the bench, and picks up the picture. She sings.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
She puts the picture down and covers her eyes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here I come.
Dolly walks off to find their hiding spot as a younger Dolly skips in with birdseed and sits on the bench. End of scene.